Hey, awesome people. Welcome back. Mr. C here with you. We are continuing our fraction series. Make sure, if you learned anything new, click the like and subscribe button. Join us as we continue making math understandable and challenging. Today's video I am very excited about because we are starting something new. We are going to be adding fractions. Alright, we are going to be adding fractions. This video is going to be the teaching video of adding fractions using some models. Alright, very excited about this one. Again, this will be our teaching video for adding fractions using models. If you haven't caught up with us already, make sure you check the 4th grade's fraction playlist in the description below. We have a lot of videos we've already covered. We also have our 3rd grade fractions playlist and our 2nd grade fractions playlist. Those are all available in the description below. Check those out. This video, we are going to focus on adding fractions using models teaching video. Let's get started. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, and man, am I excited about this new video that we have. This is a new concept where we are going to take everything that we've learned so far and really apply it. Before we get started, I've got to make sure I say, make sure you have a growth mindset, okay? This is something a little bit new. This is what we've been working towards. With that being said, do not give up if it gets a little bit challenging. Stick with it, persevere, use a challenge, find your mistakes and use those mistakes to help you get better, okay? So, like I said, we are going to be adding fractions as you can see on the screen here. And to do that, we're going to use what we've done for so long now. We're going to be using models, we're going to be using equivalent fractions, and we're going to be using all sorts of things that we've already done to be able to add. Okay, so what I'm going to show you today is how to use some models to help you solve these types of problems. Some of you may already have an idea of what to do here, and if so, that is awesome. Follow along, see if you're thinking correctly, or see where you may be making a mistake. Either way, I'm glad you're here. Let's get started. So what you see here on the screen is two fractions. We've got the fraction 1/4 and we've got the fraction 2/4. And what we're going to do is show you how to use a fraction model, how to use a model to help you solve this, okay? So think back to what we've already done for quite a while now, and I want you to draw a model, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a rectangle model here for us that looks like this. And again, you know, just like we've done before, you can use a circle, a square, whatever works best for you, use that, okay? In this problem here, I'm going to use this rectangle. So first thing I want you to kind of ask yourself when you're looking at these two fractions is I want you to ask yourself, do they have the same denominator? That is crazy important when we're doing this, okay? And the reason it's really important is because it is super easy to be able to add or subtract fractions if their denominators are the same, okay? If these numbers, our denominators, are the same number, it's going to make our job so much easier. If they're not the same number, well, that just means you got a little work ahead of you. And we're going to cover that in our 5th grade fractions videos. So stick with us here. Let's master the 4th grade standard first. So these two denominators are the same number. That's going to make it very, very simple for us. What I want you to do is I want you to show 1/4 on this number line. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use purple, and I recommend you having two different colors to kind of help you really see what we're doing here. I want us to show 1/4 on this number line. Okay, so let me see. There's half. There's a 1/4. All right, so let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I divided it up. I'm actually going to make those black, those lines black, because I don't want to confuse us here. There we go. All right, so we've got 4 equal sections, and I want you to color in this fraction here, 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to color this in 1/4. Wow, why am I not using my other one? Sorry, guys. I've got this fancy color here. I don't know what I was doing. All right, so there is 1/4. Okay, now I want you to take our other fraction, 2/4, and let's show that on this fraction model. Okay, and here's the part where it may be a little bit different. Okay, we are doing what in this problem? What is this operation here? That's an addition sign. So what you're going to do is you are going to add 2/4 onto what you've already done. Okay, you've already drawn 1/4 here. Okay, you've already drawn 1/4. What I want you to do is I want you to color in 2/4 more. Can you do that? Can you color in 2/4 more? Let's see. So here's 1/4 more. Here's 2/4 more. Do you see that? What I just did? I took 2/4 and I want to add it on to what we've already done. Okay, so when I added it on to what we already have done, I put 2 more on here. Okay, now ask yourself this. How many are colored in now? How many sections have we colored in? How many equal pieces? Well, it looks like we have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. What do you think our answer is, ladies and gentlemen? Our answer to this problem is 3/4. Okay, pause for a second. I want you to just look at this and see what you notice. Okay, what are you noticing from this work that we've done? Do you notice that for 1/4 we colored in 1 out of 4 of the sections? We took a model. Our denominators were the same, and so because they were the same, we broke it up into 4 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our purple fraction, 1/4, told us to color in 1 out of the 4. The addition sign here told us that we could add on 2/4 more. So that's where our blue section is. We colored in 2/4 more, and when we counted all of those up, we colored in a total of 1, 2, 3/4 sections. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to look at our equation up here. What did we add in this equation? Did we add the numerators? Did we add the denominators? What did we add? Well, look, our answer was 3/4. Do you see how we added the numerators? We did 1 plus 2 equals 3. So that's how we got our numerator. Now, how did we get this 4 over here? Because I don't know about you, but Mr. C, he's pretty good at math, and whenever he's adding things, 4 plus 4 equals 8. So shouldn't this be 3/8? No, it's not going to be 3/8. We are not going to ever, all right, I'm going to say again, you're not going to ever add or subtract your denominators. The denominators are staying the same because our goal is to have equal denominators. If our denominators are the same, that allows us to add or subtract. And so our goal always, when we're solving a lot of these, is to find and create fractions that have the same denominator. Okay? Because if we were to add these denominators, that would change the fractions completely. Instead of this being 1/4 and 2/8, we would be saying that this fraction model would actually need 8 equal sections and only 3 of them would be colored in. Well, the problem with that, and you'll find out later on in like 5th grade and 6th grade, is that this here, if we were to create a larger fraction, a larger equivalent fraction, it would be 6/8. it wouldn't be 3/8. And that's something later on, so don't worry about it. What I want you to do now, pause it if you need to, rewatch this section, and then let's try another one together. All right, here's our next one. We've got two fractions, 3/5 and 1/5. We're going to be drawing a model again, so go ahead and draw whatever model of your choice. Like I said, I usually like to go with a rectangle. That's usually what works best for me, and that's what I'm going to do again here in this problem. So let me get a rectangle on the screen. There we go. All right, so what I want us to do, first things first, let's take a look at our denominators. We've got 3/5 plus 1/5. Are our denominators the same? Yes, they are. That's great news for us because it makes our job a whole lot easier. Not as many steps. It's simpler. Denominators are the same, so that's going to tell us in our fraction model how many equal size pieces we need. So let's see if we can do this. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not too great. Give me another chance. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's even worse. One more chance. Third time's the charm. Let's see if Mr. C can do a better one. I think this one may be it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's way better. Man, 3 times. That was a charm. That's the reason I like to use whiteboards or my computer. It makes it so much easier whenever Mr. C makes a ton of mistakes. So, thanks for being patient with me here. Let's get back to our problem. We have 3/5 and 1/5. Let's do the pinkish fraction first. So show 3/5 on your model. Here's 1/5. Here's 2/5. And here is 3/5. I'm going to label them as well. 1/5. 2/5. 3/5. You're probably becoming kind of an expert at drawing these models now. We've drawn so many models, but again, pictures are so good to use. Don't ever be afraid of using a picture or using your fingers to solve math. Okay? Use them. That is a great way to think about math. Visually, it helps. It really does. So we've got 3/5 for our pinkish fraction. Now let's do our blue fraction. Again, this symbol right here, this operation is going to tell us what we're going to do in our model. In this operation here, it tells us that we're going to add, so that means we're going to add on to what we've already done. So if we've got 3/5, we want to add 1/5. So let's do that. Let's add 1/5. So here is my 1/5. Now let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen. What would I label that blue section here? Whoops, change it to my pencil. There we go. So let's see, we've got 1/5, 2/5, 3/5. Well, what comes after 3/5? Y'all already know. It should be 4/5. So what's my answer? When I'm adding these fractions here, what's my answer? 3/5 plus 1/5 equals 4/5. There you go. There's the fraction. There's the model of it. Here's the operation, the solving of the equation. Take a look again. Did we add the denominators? No, you're not adding the denominators. The denominators stay the same because the fraction is only broken up into sections of 5 equal size pieces. If we were to add these fractions, like the whole thing, the numerator and the denominator, that would give us 4/10. Do you see 10 equal pieces on this? Did we break this model into 10 equal pieces? No. So if you make the mistake here of putting a 10, find that mistake and tell yourself, hold up, does my model have 10 equal size pieces? Heck no, it doesn't. So if that's the case, that tells you right there, you made a mistake. Slow down. A lot of times I make mistakes when I'm going too fast. So we didn't add our denominators. We did add our numerators. 3 plus 1 gives us 4. And there you go. There's 4/5. That's how you solve this problem here. Pause for a second. Ask yourself, where did you make a mistake? Find it if you made one. Ask yourself, how did we draw the model? What are these pink pieces? What do they stand for? What is this blue piece? Where did it come from? How did we get our answer of 4/5? If you can ask yourself those questions and answer them, you're on the right track. And if you're confused, stick with it. Watch this one again. Ask somebody you know, an adult, somebody you live with. Try some. All right, don't give up. Stick with me. Let's do one more. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is our next problem on the screen. We've got 3/10 plus 7/10. Go ahead and draw your model if you haven't already. This one here, I'm going to make a little bit extra long since it is quite a big denominator we have there. So here we go. Feel free to pause me and try this one if you want. It's a bigger one. Could be a little bit of a challenge, but let's think through it. First things first, look at those fractions. What do those denominators tell you? Hopefully you notice those denominators are the same. That makes our life a lot simpler. Because they're the same, we don't have to do anything to them. We should be able to just add them. This is telling us that we need to take our model and divide it into 10 equal size pieces. Let's see how I do here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's see how I do. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not too bad. I mean, that's not awesome at all, but that's not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, I'm going to live with it. All right, that's not too bad. Y'all know how Mr. C is. Sometimes his models make you turn your head sideways trying to figure out what's he doing. Whew. All right, not too bad here. Let's take a look at this first fraction, 3/10. So 3/10, we need to show it on our model. Let's do that. I'm going to change over to an orange color. Again, I recommend having 2 colors with you. For me, it just makes it easier to see. Do you have to have 2 colors? Nope. Some of y'all can probably see it with only 1 color, but I like to really make it stand out. So I'm going to label it, that's 1/10, that's 2/10, and this is 3/10. Okay, so we've done the orange fraction. Now let's take a look at our blue fraction, which is 7/10. And let's figure out what we need to do. But before we do that, what does this operation right here tell us? This operation in this equation or this problem is an addition symbol. If it's an addition symbol, that means that we are just going to add on to what we've already done. Okay, if it's an addition symbol, we're just going to add on. If it was a subtraction symbol, if this was subtraction, I wonder what we would do. I guess we'll find out very soon. Stick with us. Follow us in this fraction journey we've been on for a while. So I'm drawing in 7/10, 7 equal pieces. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to label all of them as well. So let's see, we had 1/10, 2/10, 3/10. So that's 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, and 10/10. So what's our answer in this problem here, ladies and gentlemen? Well, take a look right there. Our answer is 10/10. How else can we say 10/10 if the numerator and the denominator are the same number? Remember, that equals 1 whole. Okay, if your numerator and denominator are the same number, that equals 1 whole. All right, pause for a second. I want to ask you a couple questions here. First things first, 3 plus 7 gave us 10. We added straight across on our numerator. Now, do we add our denominators? No, do not add your denominators because 10 plus 10 would equal 20. Did we draw 20 equal size pieces inside this model? No, we didn't. Okay? 10 plus 10 we do not do. We do not add the denominators. Don't forget that. Okay, that's something you're going to hear me say a lot. So 3 plus 7 gave us 10. If you look at our model here, 3/10, that's our orange section. 7/10 is our blue section. Where did you make a mistake at? Okay, find that mistake. Where are you confused at? What doesn't make sense? Stick with it. Try some more. Rewatch this video if you need to. I'm going to put some practice problems, a video in the description below. Make sure you check out that if you're ready to move on, or if you just need a little bit more help and need to see some more examples, make sure you check out that video. It is in the description below. Stick with this. This is a new concept. It can be quite a challenge. Don't give up. All right, you've done such an amazing job so far in our fraction series. Stick with it. I know it can be a challenge, but do not give up. Growth mindset, it's super important. Make sure if you learned anything new at all, click that like button, click that subscribe button. Join us as we continue making math understandable and challenging. That's all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. C, out.